This crispy chicken is from a taco place.
This crispy chicken is from a taco place?
The taco place?
Taco place. It comes in a burrito, too?
From your taco place, it's also a chicken place that's also a taco place.
Check out the all-new Blue and Orange store at the Boise State Hall of Fame. The Blue and Orange store has your best game day gear. We're talking jerseys, hats, bumper stickers, car flags, more than 4,000 hats on the hat wall. If you want the best Boise State gear, make sure you check out the Blue and Orange store online at theblueandorangestore.com or the all-new Blue and Orange store down at the Boise State Allen Noble Hall of Fame.
It's the fall kickoff sale at Lithia Ford of Boise. It's the best time to trade in and trade up to a new Ford truck or SUV with the room to haul your payload or playload. Visit Lithia Ford of Boise, where Ford begins in Idaho.
Bronco fans, the new Boise State trading cards are here, and you can only get them at Jackson's.
Start collecting them today.
Jackson's, let's go!
And final blade of grass. Done. And done. Who knew it'd take 2,007 man-hours to paint 47,962,053 blades of grass? Smells like game day. Whoa, it's not dry yet.
This is Bronco Nation News Live. The best interviews, the most informed opinions, the latest breaking news, all from the top Boise State insiders. Bronco Nation News Live is the only daily show that talks nothing but Boise State sports. And we do it with you. Give us your comments or questions in the ICCU YouTube chat. Or leave us a voicemail on the Signature Roofing voice inbox at speakpipe.com/BNN. BNN Live is presented by our title sponsor, RopePaint.com, the official paint and coatings company of Boise State Athletics, and our major sponsors, Jackson's, Taco Bell, Idaho Central Credit Union, Lithia Ford of Boise, and the Blue and Orange store. For more coverage of Boise State athletics, check out the all-new BroncoNationNews.com, now part of the 247 Sports family. Now, here's five-time NSMA Idaho Sports Writer of the Year, BJ Rains, with another edition of Bronco Nation News Live.
Hey, how we doing? Wow, I put myself on screen there. We'll just let you look at Johnny's smiling face. How we doing? Happy Thursday. Happy 2 days from game day for Boise State at Notre Dame. This is Bronco Nation News Live, presented by our title sponsor, RopePaint.com. All your painting needs, make sure you hit up RopePaint.com. My name is BJ Rains with Bronco Nation News. We got Johnny Ballgame, former play-by-play man, voice of the Idaho Vandal women's basketball team. We heard we saw your Corner Club shirt on the show last night, Johnny. Great ball talk episode. Folks can go watch that for free. Sanford and Johnny. And you're here again, double duty this morning from the RopePaint.com studio, KTIK, the ticket, to help us inch 45 minutes closer to Boise State, Notre Dame on Saturday. How we doing, man?
Yeah, great stuff, BJ. Thinking about that right when we were going on here. Wow, 2 days. 2 days from a moment we've been talking about since the press release in June of 2024, BJ. We found out about this game before the Genty Mania season even started. We knew this was going to happen, and like you said, a matter of hours some people might be hopping on a flight today to get out there and really soak this moment in. A lot of other people tomorrow. So this is going to be, it's going to be a fun experience. Hopefully for this fan base, Boise State will play well, heck, even win the game possibly, and it'll give them those boxes that they can check with their team playing well on this setting. But just the setting for me, Notre Dame's a special place with college football, whether you like it or not. Their impact on the sport of college football is probably second to none. And Boise State gets that opportunity at Notre Dame Stadium. You'll be there, BJ. I doubt you've covered a game there yet, maybe hoops. But wow, man, this is going to be a great time. And I'm excited to hop on with you as always on these Thursdays, BJ, and talk about this sucker with you.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I may have some goosebumps, man, walking into that stadium, and it's going to be pretty darn cool. I mean, I kind of feel the same way about the Maui Invitational coming up in a couple of months. The Lahaina Civic Center, kind of a legendary venue, and been watching that tournament for 30 plus years. But I mean, Notre Dame, it's going to be pretty special on Saturday. And I know a lot of fans feel the same way. A lot of fans actually went yesterday, Johnny. There were some packages in town that where folks were staying in Chicago and doing boat tours and all kinds of stuff in Chicago today, and then doing tours of the stadium tomorrow. So I know a lot of folks went yesterday, a lot of folks going today. I'm going later this afternoon. We'll go talk to Spencer Danielson at 11 o'clock and then get ready to head out later this afternoon. And I've talked to a lot of people that are also doing the double dip with Genty on Sunday. I should throw in there, Johnny, I know I ripped on the Colts PR a little bit because they had initially denied my credential for the game. I sent a nice email and they changed their mind and they have approved me to cover the game on Sunday. So I will be covering.
Reason? What was their reason? Did they give you one?
I don't think they had one. That's part of the problem. I think it was probably somebody low down on the list, didn't know what Bronco Nation News was, some intern, some lower level person that just hit denied. But I sent a nice email asking for clarification, told them what we do, who we are. And one of their higher ups wrote back and said, you'll be good. We'll see you Sunday. So I'll be, and if you know anything, Johnny, NFL press boxes have great food.
Oh, beautiful setup in NFL press boxes. Plus you see a lot of people that you know in the business, and that stadium too, the house that Peyton Manning built, Lucas Oil Field, that's probably beautiful inside the press box area too. That's going to be fun, BJ. Glad you're getting to cover Genty, and hopefully you get a couple of comments from him in the post-game presser on the
Looking
scrum.
forward to it.
It'll be nice to see him.
Tyree says ball talk was great last night. I agree. Good stuff. Luis saying good morning, gentlemen. Good morning. Folks are excited. But Johnny, Mike Prater has a column up right now about Maddox Madsen and his opportunity on Saturday. I just posted it a few minutes ago. Folks can go, read that at BroncoNationNews.com. You can subscribe today for 50% off and read that column. But he has a line in here, Johnny. Saturday at Notre Dame presents a life-changing opportunity to win one of the biggest games in Boise State football history. And he talks about, obviously some folks, and I think he called it a mixed bag reputation with fans. And he said most of it's misguided and unfair. But the opportunity he has on Saturday, Johnny, to win over any of the remaining haters, just your thoughts on Maddox Madsen, and I guess in general this team and the opportunity that awaits them here in a little over 48 hours.
Well, Maddox Madsen, he's coming off a career high. He's had 2 career highs so far. One he tied and then broke it last week. He's not getting sacked. He has, I think, the 1 interception on the season, and I still want to know what happened with that. It was a massive miscommunication. And he's just playing mad dog football, right? Very efficient. And maybe, I don't know, is there ever going to be that game that Boise State needs Maddox Madsen to pull it out of his whatever, and he does it? Maybe down by 2 scores in the fourth quarter, and he takes him on 2 drives to tie it up and send it into overtime. Or, he's the best quarterback in the game. He plays better than CJ Carr, that type of thing. I mean, maybe that happens as well. But he's having I think the year I thought he would have, right, BJ? I mean, he's never going to be like, yep, get a combine invite ready for the Mad Dog. Wow, this is an NFL kid. We're not saying that yet. We're just trying to see if he can be a excellent college quarterback, and his record speaks for himself. And you look at the stats now. I mean, the stats are good too this year for Maddox Madsen. The players love him. He's an excellent leader. I don't hear near the noise I heard last year when it comes to the doggy And I think maybe part of that is, I mean, if you're paying attention to Malachi Nelson, you're really quiet right now. And I don't recognize those folks anymore. They were very prevalent last year. I remember some of the names. Yeah, I know you got them bookmarked. Crickets, because they're watching Malachi play and they're seeing Taylon Green struggle as well. And maybe they're thinking, well, okay, it is what it is. You know, he's not going to be the next NFL or Heisman candidate, but can we go to CFPs with him? Yeah. Can we win the league with him? Yeah. Heck, can we beat Notre Dame in South Bend? We'll see on that. But yeah, I think Mad Dog's having a good start. I think he's on pace. Look at his numbers that he's on pace for. Just take his numbers and multiply them by 3, and I promise you, you would be A-okay with that stat line at the end of 12 games, BJ.
All right, we're enjoying getting folks on with different perspectives about this game. We had a great chance to talk to Mike Golick Jr. on yesterday's show, and a good friend of ours, Johnny, down there at VSIN in Las Vegas. Tim Murray. I know he's had me on. He's had Sanford on. Heck, probably you probably charge too much to get on Johnny on his show. But Tim Murray, appreciate you for jumping on, man. Always a pleasure. You host VSIN Prime Time. Anyone that watches VSIN or is a gambling fan needs to be watching your show. I know I texted you. I was hoping you were going to be at Circa or in the studio to give us kind of that Vegas feel, but it's too early for you today. But we appreciate you jumping on. I know you have a Notre Dame connection to this game. You obviously have the knowledge as a commentator and gambling expert and a host as well. So looking forward to chatting with you, man. How you doing?
I'm great, man. No, this is we were texting, I think, last year because I was looking at the Notre Dame schedule. I'm like, Notre Dame only has 11 games. And then you put out that cryptic tweet like, Boise fans are going to be excited about this announcement. I'm like, I wonder if Boise's going to be going to Notre Dame. And lo and behold, here we are. So this is a great matchup. I mean, I'm excited for it. You're always a little bit fearful as a fan of a big program. Ask Oregon fans about last year and you know how close things got there and all the teams that have lost to Boise over these years. But no, I'm excited for this game. I think it gives it a little extra juice. And you know, I put out a tweet just a little while ago, guys. Marcus Freeman, since becoming the head coach of Notre Dame, has been incredible against the spread. Notre Dame is the best covering team in college football since he took over in 2022. But there's a little blip, and it's when they play these G5 teams where they've actually struggled. And now, if you look at the games where they dominated their group of 5 opponent, whether it be Army and Navy last year or BYU when they're an independent, all of those teams are ranked. So I don't think this is a game where Notre Dame overlooks Boise by any stretch of the imagination. This isn't Northern Illinois from a year ago. This is a team that went to the college football playoff a year ago as the cream of the crop when it comes to the G5. So I don't think you're going to get a Notre Dame team that's not locked in and certainly eyes on the prize. And secondarily, we can get into this, they got 2 losses. There is 0 margin for error for Notre Dame. They lose on Saturday, they're toast. They are not getting in the playoff. They have to run the table like they did last year after they lost to Northern Illinois. So they know there's some desperation here for this program to keep rolling and to be honest, to kind of keep putting up those style points like they have the last couple of weeks.
Well, you could say the same thing about Boise State, too, knowing they got to win this game to have a chance at the college football playoff. They're kind of backs against the wall as well. Tim Murray, again, the college football tailgate show, Saturdays at 9 a.m. Eastern on VSIN. Host VSIN Prime Time. That's 7 Eastern, so that's 5 o'clock here in Boise weeknights. I know it's on Sirius XM as well, and you do all kinds of great work down there at VSIN, man. Love that VSIN set up there at Circa. It's you got like my dream job, man. It's pretty darn cool. But the number you were pointing out, Johnny, how about this? 1-6. Notre Dame, Johnny, 1-6 against the spread against group of 5 teams, unranked group of 5 teams, I believe. So
wow, that's crazy. And if you look at this, we've been talking about it on KTIK this week, and Tim makes a good point though. But you know, Notre Dame, it's odd. They've lost 3 home games to G5 opponents since 2021. Now, Cincinnati, you can obviously talk about that. That was one of the best G5 teams of all time, the Desmond Ridder era. Sure. They went in, they beat Notre Dame, but the Marshall and the NIUs were massive upsets and really kind of stole the college football world that day. So it's happened before. But as Tim says, you know, Boise State carries a bigger stick. than an NIU or a Marshall, and no disrespect, those teams have done well. NIU has played in a BCS bowl game before, if you remember the Jordan Lynch team. So they've had big games too. But my question here to Tim would be on the spread, the 20.5, like with Boise State's offense at 520 yards per game and Notre Dame's defense, I know the schedule's been tough. Do you think there's a better chance here? I mean, is this an easier cover for Notre Dame, or is it an easier, hey, take Boise State, get the 20.5 and hope that this offense can score enough points to where maybe Notre Dame doesn't turn this thing into a blowout at the end of the game? Because their offense, Boise State's offense is good.
No, Boise State's offense is very good, and Notre Dame's defense leaves a lot to be desired. You look back to the Texas A&M game, and I'm not going to compare Casey Concepcion to any of the receivers that are on Boise's roster, but I think when you look at Boise as a capable bunch, they're going into South Bend. I do want to take a step back here real quickly to talk about those circumstances and why this is a little bit different, obviously, than Marshall and NIU. So you go back to 2022, Notre Dame plays their hearts out against Ohio State, the first official game in the Marcus Freeman era. He's playing his alma mater in Ohio State. Massive letdown spot. They lose to Marshall. Fast forward to last year, they go to Texas A&M. They win the Texas A&M game. They come home, enormous letdown spot. They lose to Northern Illinois. Not saying that's an excuse, but as we've discussed, very different circumstance, because Marcus Freeman could pop on the tape of any Boise upset over a massive program in however many recent years. He could pop on the tape of the Oregon game from a year ago, or he could pop on the tape of them being in the college football playoff. This is not Northern Illinois, as you guys know. So I do think Notre Dame's going to be focused, but let's look at the point spread here. The look-ahead line was 15.5. Notre Dame goes down to Arkansas, and they absolutely obliterate that Arkansas team. Now, Sam Pittman immediately gets fired. Bobby Petrino takes over in an interim role, and he fires the whole defensive staff. That was a program in shambles down there in Fayetteville. Notre Dame's offense, I think it is pretty easy to say, will be by far the best offense Boise will face the entire year. I mean, the weapons that they have offensively are better than I even anticipated. CJ Carr is playing at an all-American level right now, and he's a redshirt freshman. But a lot of that also has to do with the fact that, in my opinion, guys, they have the best running back duo in the country in Jeremiah Love and Jadarian Price. I think they're better than Nicholas Singleton and Katron Allen, but that's a discussion for another day. Their wide receivers are as good as we've seen in recent memory at Notre Dame from a group standpoint. I don't think they have a Will Fuller necessarily, who was, eventually a first or second round pick there from Notre Dame. But you look at Malachi Fields, the Virginia transfer. Jordan Faison continues to come into his own. They really love their tight end, Eli Raridan. And they've got a couple of Jordan Greathouse had massive games in the college football playoff and really hasn't had big games just yet. That all being said, I would be on Boise or pass here, because I think Boise, what we've seen from them historically is that they play up to their competition. I know there was that Washington game, correct me if I'm wrong, 2 years ago, guys, where they got blown out to open up the season. But I think this is a spot where Boise, and you mentioned this, BJ, they're in desperation mode too. And I think people need to realize that, right? From my standpoint, from the national standpoint, Notre Dame needs to win. They need to put out style points. Well, Boise was in the college football playoff a year ago. They have this South Florida loss. The AAC looks pretty darn good right now. So they are in desperation mode too. So especially if this gets to 21, I think that's just a little bit of too much, in my opinion, of an overreaction to the performance we saw down in Fayetteville last week from the Irish. So I think Boise's going to be able to have some success. And certainly you guys would know better than me, but I would think they're going to show some wrinkles that we haven't seen just yet to try to surprise this Notre Dame defense that looks, shaky at times. And another thing to keep an eye on, guys, Notre Dame's best defensive player, Leonard Moore, has not played the last 2 games. I believe he was listed as questionable earlier this week. I don't know if he's going to play. He was questionable going into the Arkansas game, went out for warmups, didn't dress. I don't know if he's going to play. And if he does play, is he going to be fully healthy? So that's certainly something to keep an eye on there for Boise's offensive attack.
Tim Murray, our guest from VSIN, hosts multiple shows on VSIN. You can see him. What time's the show end? I know it's 7 to 10 Eastern.
So I'm doing it in Mountain, 5 to 9 p.m. Mountain
4 hours.
time.
Wow.
Yeah, so we'll be on tonight, and then forget college game day and big noon kickoff. You got to do the college football tailgate show, 7 to 10 a.m. Mountain on Saturdays.
Which you took all the way to Hawaii.
That's right. We went to Hawaii. Week 0, baby. We were out there. We were representing the Mountain West on national TV.
What would be the what's the recipe for a Boise State upset win here? If Boise State is going to hang around, or if we get to the fourth quarter and it's a one-score game, like the Oregon game was last year. I mean, heck, the Penn State game, I know the score got a little bit away. There was a penalty on a touchdown taken away late third quarter. Boise State was going to be down 3. They missed a couple field goals. Like, they hung around for a good chunk of that game too. If we get to the fourth quarter and this game is still in doubt, what is Boise State doing to Notre Dame, do you think, that could give Notre Dame some problems? And what is Notre Dame not doing, I guess?
Well, I'll start with the biggest thing for Boise is keep Notre Dame's offense off the field. I mean, I really believe that Notre Dame's offense is on the path to being a top 5 offense in college football this year. The offensive line is getting better. They are missing Charles Jagasaw, who is expected to be probably their best offensive lineman. He's more than likely done for the year. He was injured in the offseason, so he's not been there. But the offensive line has been getting better. They were thrown to the fire week 1, but for me, if it's a single score game going in the fourth quarter, I think a couple of things have happened. I think Boise's offense has stayed on the field and kept Notre Dame's offense off the field, long sustained drives. I think, this defensive line can be had. It's funny because I thought coming into this year, guys, that Notre Dame's defense would be better than the offense. And that's what the reports were coming out of camp. But then you realize, okay, they lost Al Golden, who won the Broyles Award last year as the best coordinator in college football. He goes on to the Cincinnati Bengals. They lost Howard Cross and Riley Mills on their defensive line, who were just enormous veteran presence on that D line. You lost Jack Kaiser in the linebacker core, and then you lost one of the most productive secondary players in Notre Dame history in Xavier Watts, who won the Nagurski Award 2 years ago. And I really kind of underrated the losses of those particular pieces. You also lost Benjamin Morrison, who got injured middle of the year last year and was Notre Dame's highest draft pick a season ago. So they lost a lot of personnel on defense. So once again, it was eye-opening to a lot of Notre Dame fans in the Texas A&M game, and then even in the Purdue game, how much this Notre Dame defense was struggling. They seemed to simplify it a little bit last week against Arkansas. But to me, guys, what I think really hurt Arkansas was that Notre Dame scored every single time they went out there. So if Boise's able to keep that offense on the sidelines, have some long sustained drives, then this thing gets a little tight. And then also, CJ Carr has been almost flawless since the Miami game. I didn't know if the coaches really wanted to put a ton on his plate for the Miami game. Since then, he has really been almost perfect outside of a couple of mistakes. And if you could force a redshirt freshman quarterback to make a mistake like he did against Texas A&M, where he overthrew Jadarian Price on a little dump down pass, it gets deflected, it gets intercepted. If you can force one of those interceptions, 2 interceptions, then I think that's where things get a little bit tight there in Notre Dame Stadium. So look, do I think it's impossible? Absolutely not. Notre Dame already has proven that they've lost as a 28-point favorite to Northern Illinois a year ago. They lost as a 20.5-point favorite to Marshall. So as you guys know, and I'm sure you've discussed, this is the biggest spread Boise State has faced since 1999. And I think there is a path for this thing to be competitive as long as Boise doesn't self-destruct. Like, let's go back real quickly, guys, to the Navy game a year ago. Navy came in undefeated, and it was like, oh, maybe Navy's going to pull off this upset, and they self-destructed. They had a couple of turnovers, and that's all she wrote. You can't give this offense more possessions. If you give Notre Dame's offense extra possessions, it's not going to happen. They have to be buttoned up offensively, and you've got to force CJ Carr into a couple uncomfortable situations on Saturday afternoon.
Are you thinking the over here, Tim? I mean, with these offense, I think Notre Dame right now is 16th. They're trending up. Boise State's 9th. They're both averaging about 500 yards per game. It kind of feels like that's where the walking money would be. Oh, look at these offenses. Yeah. Oh, the defenses stink. Just take the over. Are you on that side?
I kind of think, and call me crazy, I think Boise's path to a cover is the under, because once again, I think you want, as good as Boise's offense has shown to be, I think you just want to keep that Notre Dame offense off the field. So I think you want long, methodical drives if you're Boise. So I think there's a correlation to dog and under, in my opinion. And now watch it be 55-52, and you'll be like, this guy's an absolute moron. He doesn't know what he's talking about. But when I look at, I utilized Boise and Notre Dame being right a look ahead, right? So 15.5 was the look ahead number, and now we're
Which
at 20.
means, for folks that don't know, the look ahead is the line before last weekend's games, right?
Yeah. So before the game was played, before Notre Dame played Arkansas, and before Boise hosted App, last week, DraftKings, a national shop, put out what's called a look ahead line, where you can bet it, and you're kind of betting on what you anticipate to happen this upcoming weekend. So obviously, if injuries happen, that would affect the line significantly too. But Notre Dame went down to Arkansas, put up a big number, and the number has now, the point spread has moved. So I bring that to say, look at the total for Notre Dame's first couple of games. Against Miami, it was 50.5. Against Texas A&M, it was 49. Against Purdue, it was 51. And then we saw the massive jump last week to around 63 for the Arkansas game. So we have jumped a lot here. And that's where I'm starting to wonder, at some point, does someone kind of slow things down or try to slow things down against Notre Dame? So I'm just not racing to take the over, even though anyone listening right now or going to the game, obviously I know it's more fun to have an over in your pocket than an under. But I have not played the total. I would actually lean a little bit towards the under, because I think the pathway to Boise getting the cover and maybe the outright upset is to keep Notre Dame's offense off the field.
Well, Tim, final thing for you. We appreciate your time. Again, VSIN, and you guys are all over. I believe a lot of the shows are on YouTube, right? Or can be watched online if you don't have the right sports package or whatever. And a lot of the shows are on there. I love the Survivor documentary that you guys do there at VSIN. That's tremendous. I've still got 2 entries left, by the way, here in Circa Survivor. But and looking forward to seeing you for Basketball Media Days in a couple weeks as well, by the way. But final thing, I think Boise State sold out of their allotment, 5,000 tickets for this game. They're going to have way more than that in terms of fans. I mean, this is a game, as you said, that Boise State fans have been looking forward to since the day it was announced. And so for folks that are all in the chat here saying they're flying out today, or some flew out last night or tomorrow, we got a couple local spots from Mike Golick Jr. yesterday. But what's just for anyone making their first trip to South Bend, what's got to be on the to-do list the next couple of days, whether it be bars, restaurants, other things in town to see, places to avoid, just your visitor's guide to South Bend.
Yeah, Golick would be better. He went there. I did not go there. I wasn't smart enough to get in. I had to ride the coattails of my dad and my sister, who both went there. So I'm your classic Subway alum. But just taking the whole experience, if you're getting there today or tomorrow, walk the campus. The campus is absolutely gorgeous. Obviously, it's early October, so you've got the fall weather. So take in all of just the pomp and circumstance. Go to the pep rally on Friday. Go and see the band play. There's so many unique things on this campus. It really is. And I know I'm a Notre Dame fan. I've got the Notre Dame panoramic picture over my shoulder here from the Michigan game back in 1998. So I'm a bit
Tom Brady versus Jarius Jackson.
36-20 college game day. Notre Dame pulled off the upset over the defending national champions. Young Timmy Murray in that picture somewhere. But yeah, just take it all in. There's great bars. They've really updated the whole area. Once you get to campus, man, you don't really need to leave it. Like right off, there's I think it's Eddie Commons right around there. Easy to walk around. Obviously, the iconic bar, if you want to call it the dive bar, is the Linebacker. I imagine Golick probably brought that up to you.
He said his dad's puke is probably still on the floor.
Yeah, so I mean, it's kind of your old typical bar. So yeah, if you can go see the Linebacker, but just take it all in. I think you guys will really enjoy it. And I've told you, BJ, I've gotten the opportunity to do sidelines for the Potato Bowl the last couple of years, and I'll be up there again this December. I love your city. It's amazing. I really enjoy every time we go up there. But I think all of your fans and all the fans will really enjoy South Bend. And I'll say this, for the most part, Notre Dame fans will be very, open arms, welcoming. I think it'll be a really fun experience until the game starts. And then I imagine maybe they'll get a little bit tight during times there of that game. But it's fun. I really am. I'm really excited that these two teams are coming together. I think this is a really cool thing for college football to have Boise heading to Notre Dame, an iconic G5 team going to Notre Dame. So I think it's going to be great. I hope you guys enjoy it, and don't enjoy it too much. How about a Boise win, Notre Dame win, but a Boise cover? That would be okay with me. All right.
I think most Boise State fans would take that. They're worried about getting blown out. I think a lot of Boise State fans would take a 14-point loss or something in this game and feel okay. But Johnny, you need to get this guy on before the Potato Bowl on your show. Sidelines here.
100%. That's cool that you come up for that, Tim. And I can't wait for this.
Family last year.
Hard to believe it's just a couple days away here. Two programs, by the way, both have a top 5 winning percentage in college football history. Pretty cool there. So a lot to be excited about with this one, Tim. Appreciate you coming on. As BJ said, enjoy your show there on VSIN. You guys do a good job.
All right. Appreciate you guys. Enjoy
Thanks,
Notre Dame.
Tim. Appreciate it, man. Great stuff from Tim Murray there, Johnny, and we appreciate him for jumping on. And I want to get your take on a couple of the things that he said. He likes the under a little bit. I want to ask Johnny about that. Hey, rowpaint.com, Andy Rowe and Company, appreciate him for his support. Saw him dining at the James the other night. We were getting ready for Riley and Rid. Rowpaint.com, all your concrete coatings, interior, exterior painting. Never a better time to get that painting project done than right now. Hit up our title sponsor, rowpaint.com. Idaho Central Credit Union, ICCU.com. You see 7 student athletes rocking NIL deals with ICCU. They've got the their logo inside the stadium now, outside the stadium. I saw Pearson Carmichael passing out ICCU rally towels in the parking lot before the football game. So, hey, make the switch today. I know Prater's on board with ICCU. Tust is ICCU. Best in the business. Make the switch today. Idaho Central Credit Union. We know how good the breakfast is. Johnny, I'm going to be adding that to the ball talk intro, by the way. You driving by, shoving a breakfast quesadilla in your mouth, but it was great last week when we were there. Wish we were there right now, to be honest. But TacoBellWorks.com, the SON Management Group, the Nicolason family. We appreciate Taco Bell for their support. Great breakfast. Again, you may not think of Taco Bell as a breakfast spot, but as Johnny can attest, great spot for breakfast. Get out to a local Taco Bell and support the Nicolason family, the SON Management Group. We got flag football tonight, Johnny. I'm flying out to South Bend later today, so I'm sure my wife will be taking the boys to the local Taco Bell. It's just positioned right next to the flag football field, so we hit it up.
I was there last night, BJ. I was there last night.
It's like literally right next to our flag football field. So either before or after every game, I bribe my kids. You score a touchdown, we'll go back to Taco Bell after the game. So we will. I'll be hearing that, and hopefully they're heading back to Taco Bell as well. By the way, speaking of bribes, I mean, if Latrell Capel scores, you get that 49-cent fountain drink. Hope you took advantage of that on Monday. The deal goes again, 49-cent fountain drink every week when Latrell Capel scores. And Johnny, Breezy Dubar was out there practicing the other day. Is this the week we get the Breezy bundle?
Breezy was out there, and there was no setbacks, you guys. The part of practice we saw that we can report on, I mean, it was weird, man. BJ, you had Breezy, you had Sire, you had Malik, and you had Dylan. Wow, I haven't seen those 4 practicing together ever, BJ. I mean, think of it. The first day, when Breezy went down,
let me finish the ad read, and then we'll get back to it here. Now, I got a video I can play too. But the Breezy bundle, Jackson's, hit up Jackson's 99-cent coffee anytime, day or night. You can do that from our friends at Jackson's. Hey, the Blue and Orange Store, theblueandorangestore.com. Check them out as well. The Blue and Orange Store online, they got that awesome thing now where you can just go down to the Boise State Hall of Fame, get an NIL jersey for any player on the roster, whether that's Breezy, whether that's Dylan Riley, Cage Casey. You want a football player's jersey, you can get that. Jaden Mickey, you want to support him before this week's game, go purchase that at the Blue and Orange Store right there at the Boise State Hall of Fame. And you can order anywhere online in the world at the Blue and Orange Store.com and Lithia Ford of Boise. LithiaFordBoise.com. Never a better time to buy a new or pre-owned Ford vehicle. They got the fall kickoff sale going on right now. So some great deals, whether it's the F-150 Lightning, the electric vehicles they have there, all kinds of great vehicles, the Expeditions, the F-150s. And we appreciate Jim Sturk, the whole crew there. Lithia Ford of Boise. And again, online, you can view their full inventory vehicles at LithiaFordofBoise.com. All right, Johnny, this is Tuesday's practice. I got the video from Tuesday's practice right here, but you can watch Breezy going full go on Tuesday. And as you mentioned, all 4 running backs, I would suspect Breezy Dubar plays based on what we saw, but how much he plays, I mean, he's obviously got an uphill climb here for carries, Johnny.
Look at that, because the first practice in late July, Sire wasn't there. Remember, Sire wasn't there the first day or participating, I think, but Breezy was. Like, I was looking at it thinking, I don't know if I've ever seen all 4 of their backs healthy practicing together. So, yeah, that's a really good sign. I don't think Breezy's going to get a carry. I don't think there's a carry to give. Look at these 3 ahead of him. I don't know if he has a role on special teams. I don't know if Spencer Danielson is just going to say, whatever, we're going to throw him in. Maybe if it gets out of hand, either way. Breezy's one of my favorite people in that building. I really like that kid. He's one of the really, really nice ones. Remembers your name, says hello to you when you're in the building. He's just a great, great person, Breezy Dubar. So I want him to kick ass, and hopefully he will, BJ. But man, look at that. Look at those 3 guys literally ahead of him on that picture. I mean, this is just not any older backfield that he can hop into and expect 15 touches. Like, he's going to have to earn them, and he will, and he knows that. And it was a massive setback for him. I don't know if it was a hamstring tear. I don't know even what the injury was, but it was the first hour of the first practice, you remember. He had that huge ice pack on the back of his thigh, like it was a hamstring or something, and now he is 100% healthy again. Maybe he gets the rock. I agree. He'll be able to play. I just don't know how they're going to figure out. I mean, they have a hard time giving the ball to those 3 guys.
Yeah.
How they get another guy in there, we'll see. But I'm so happy he's back. It adds a hell of a lot of depth.
Yeah, and I mean, you hope it doesn't happen. Maybe if the game gets out of hand or something, you give him a little action at the end to get his feet wet and get him back in there. But I agree. I mean, who would you not? Who right now would you want to give Breezy Dubar the ball over? And it's nothing against Breezy Dubar, but everyone wants to see more of Dylan Riley. Everybody wants to see Sire Gaines have the ball. Malik Sherrod in his role has been pretty good. Like, which one of those right now are you putting Breezy Dubar ahead of on the depth chart?
I'm not. But eventually, Breezy knows it's an early season. We're still in early October, so there's a lot of football left. And I'd imagine a lot of programs, they don't have a 4th running back like Breezy Dubar. So there will be moments for Breezy this year. And then at the end of the year, you just have to do what we do in college football. You see what happens. You see who's coming. You see who's going, and you make your decision. Whether or not Breezy will be here next year, we'll see. I know he loves it here. He'd love to be here, but at the same time, for him to do what he needs to do and wants to do in his life, that requires going somewhere and being a feature part of an offense. Maybe that's here. Maybe it's somewhere else, but so happy to see Breezy out there because he's such a good dude.
Speaking of being happy to see somebody out there, I don't know what we're allowed to say, not say. I know you were watching part of practice yesterday, Johnny, different colored jerseys, things like that. But in the open periods of practice, periods 1 through 3, I think it was yesterday, Johnny, did you see Jaden Mickey out there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, and there may be some limitations there. Could have had different colored jerseys, things. I mean, I don't think anybody, I know game plan, obviously, but I think Notre Dame, Boise State, everybody wants to see positive news. Jaden Mickey getting able to be back out there. So I don't think you're, I know they want to hide things, whatever, but saying that Jaden Mickey, at least in some capacity, was out at practice on Wednesday, I think is no one has a problem, especially in the early the periods you saw. You said he was out there. May not have been full go. Again, may have had different whatever, but you're out there on a Wednesday, Johnny. You got a chance to play on Saturday.
Yeah, he wasn't like not out there. And when you go out there and you're like, okay, where is him? Oh, where's this guy? Oh, he's not here. Okay. So they're in treatment. They're not at practice. They'll come later on, that type of thing.
You see Breezy on the sidelines running and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting. Because that was the first thing I looked for when I went there. I went to the DBs and saw if I could see Mickey practicing. And he was, but very limited. I don't know if he's going to play. Probably won't. I don't know. Maybe he will. He's going. He wants to. It's probably impossible keeping that kid off the practice field right now. This is the game for him. I also saw him in the building the other day. I don't know if you were with me too.
Right with you. Yeah.
He was coming out of the elevator. He was walking down the hallway. He was going to watch film, I would imagine, or going to a coach's office. So Jaden Mickey is dialed in, man. When a lot of the players were going home in the parking lot in their car and doing whatever they need to do that day, Jaden Mickey was still there, and he was walking the other way, going down what I would think to go watch film or meet with the defensive backs coaches somewhere. So Jaden Mickey, he's full go on this thing. Let's hope in some capacity he can get out there and play, because it's such a cool deal for him to be able to do this. And Marcus Freeman, what a class act there. He has some really, really positive things to say about the Notre Dame graduate, Jaden Mickey, and that's going to be a fun game for them. Let's hope it can be close for Boise State fans.
Yeah, I would say, I mean, Spencer said it. You got to be out there on a Tuesday or Wednesday doing something. So even in any kind of limited capacity, if you're out there on Wednesday, which he was, you got a shot. You got a shot to play on Saturday. There's no injury report for Boise State since this is a non-conference game. So we won't get any update till Saturday, but I'll be there hopefully on the field getting footage and letting folks know if we see him suited up. But it would be really cool for him, for everybody. I mean, to be a graduate of there, to have played. I mean, he had a pick 6 while playing for Notre Dame. Like, he put up
28
some stats.
games, BJ. I think he got in 28 games. I mean, that's a hell of a lot of games, man. At Notre Dame, this kid got in. It was a supplementary role, but he was a part of the team. He played, got in 28 games. Heck yeah, man.
I forget if it was Purdue or Rutgers, or he had a pick 6. I mean, at one point at Notre Dame, I mean, he put up, it wasn't like he was just on the team. He played, put up some numbers there. So that would be cool. Johnny, in the final couple of minutes, we got you, man. What I asked Tim about this, but for you, what's the recipe for Boise State hanging around, man? What's happening? What happens in this game if we get to the fourth quarter and this is a 1-score game?
I think it's like, what is it? What's the Cobra Kai dojo? Strike first, strike hard, no mercy. You know, if they can strike first, get a lead, get Notre Dame on its heels wondering, this isn't going to happen again, right, guys? Right? Like, we have 2 losses already. Maybe we're just not that good at winning this year. Are we going to lose another game? Get that thought not only in the fans' head, but the players' head. If you can get an early lead on that, sometimes that helps. Also, the common denominator of the Notre Dame losses to G5 opponents at home is turnovers. They get destroyed in the turnover battle. So if Boise State can get an early lead, if they can win the turnover battle by, let's say, 2, 3-1, and short field position, capitalize. I mean, we've all seen a million times when the good team loses to the not so good team or the worst team or the lesser team. It's because the good team messes up and they get in their own way, shoot themselves in the foot. A freshman quarterback finally looks like a freshman, something along those lines. The thing that would scare me, though, is those 2 backs at Notre Dame are really, really good. And this might be one of those games where you look around and you look at the Boise State defenders and say, man, athlete for athlete, they're not on the level that Notre Dame is, and they can't keep up with these guys. And this is, let's just see if they can kind of keep it close or get some serious breaks going their way. Pick 6, something like that, turnovers. But that would be my fear for the Boise State fan, is that pretty early on in the game or midway through the second, you're seeing what that ground attack does for Notre Dame. And they don't even really have to worry about passing much because they have 2 backs that are going to slice and dice this defense and have them running around like a chicken with their heads cut off. Maybe that's the case. Maybe it isn't. I don't know, but that would be the one thing for me that I'm looking for. Just kind of the line of scrimmage. How big, strong, fast, physical, powerful is this Notre Dame team in relation to Boise State? In other words, can they hang with them? You guys remember the first Fiesta Bowl? Oddly enough, at the beginning of the game, you're like, dude, they can hang with them. They got an early lead on them. Like, they can hang. Okay. Sometimes you can tell that early. Oregon last year. Okay, whoa. They can hang with them. All right. Sometimes you can tell that early. Let's see what happens on Saturday, 1:30 on NBC. First time
can't
ever.
wait, Johnny. Final thing before we let you go. I mean, just your final thoughts, man. Like, the opportunity this program has, how cool this is to be playing this game. This is obviously another kind of stepping stone, win or lose, for this program to be going to play at Notre Dame. Like I said, 5,000 plus fans are going to this game. It's a game that a lot of people have been looking forward to. What's this mean for the program to be on NBC, to be playing this game? And regardless of the score, I mean, this is a trip of a lifetime for a lot of people.
Yeah, I think I told Sanford last night, it's, if you're a college football program that wants to be something, you need to, at some point, have played Notre Dame, maybe like something like that. It's a box that I think every program wants to eventually check. Notre Dame. Has KU ever played Notre Dame in football?
I have no clue.
Right? Probably, I don't know. It's a big deal when your team plays Notre Dame. And now Boise State at least gets to say that. Hopefully for them, they win. I'm trying to think what a win would do for this town and this team. How big that would be. What type of feel that would be.
Oh, I think regular season wise, it'd be the biggest win in program history.
Okay. Yeah.
And then it tops the Oklahoma Fiesta Bowl. That nothing will ever top that. But in terms of regular season and what it would mean for the playoff, it'd be top 3 all-time wins in program history for sure.
Think anyway. And they'd probably be receiving votes if they won this game. They wouldn't be ranked because Notre Dame would have 3 losses. And at that point, you say, okay, they beat a bad Notre Dame team. So they're not going to get credit there. But all of a sudden, 4-1 with the Notre Dame win, the CFP is absolutely back in play. If you ask me, then you just got to hope whoever wins the American championship game has maybe 2 losses, at least 1 loss, and you can kind of go resume for resume, and maybe Boise State gets the benefit of the doubt after 2 wins potentially against a good UNLV team. A couple things fall their way, we'll see. But, man, that'd be a lot of fun. Boise State will own the weekend if they win this game. There's not a lot of big matchups this week, BJ. This will be the story of Saturday if Boise State can go into South Bend and get this done.
What do we got on Idaho Sports Talk today?
Huge day today. Some guy named Mike Golick Jr.
Awesome.
That was on your show yesterday. We got Gojo today on our show. And I'll just say the word or say the name. Maybe some of you know Kip Bedard. Kip Bedard. Mike Prater. This is as proud he's been at booking a guest on this show probably since I've worked with him for 6 years now. I can't believe how long I've been with Prater. I'm still alive too. What? No, but 6 years. Like Prater is this 5 o'clock. Kip Bedard. Maybe some of you old school guys will know him. He's coming on. We got fantasy football with Howard Bender. We'll talk about spreads. Maddox Madsen was on the Bob Beeler, Coach Danielson Weekly Coaches Show last night. He was terrific. We're going to play some of that back as well. We have a jam-packed show today.
Well,
looking forward to it. And 3 baseball playoff games.
Yes.
DJ, what the heck?
Deciding games. I'll be watching the Yankees-Red Sox game on my flight tonight on ESPN. I was happy to see that channel was on the free TV on Southwest. But, Johnny, you get the football game, then you get your Mariners Saturday night. You get football Sunday, Mariners Sunday night. This is going to be an epic weekend in Johnny Ball Games, historic, legendary lifetime here. So
my
congratulations,
pathetic little
man.
life. Yeah, my pathetic little life. This is going to be a very, very fun weekend, BJ. I wish I could be in South Bend with you, but I'm going to have a lot of fun at my house. I don't know what I would do in South Bend during a Mariner playoff game at home like that. That would be weird for me. Like, I'm sure you've covered games when the Cardinals were playing in the World Series.
Yes.
You're kind of like, dude, wait, what am I supposed to do here? Like, because you can't be into the game. You can look and you can watch, but you're not in it.
I've seen the Cardinals lose a playoff game on a walk-off on my computer while in the press box at a BSU football game. It's as bad as it gets, man.
Yeah.
But no, good luck to the Mariners, and appreciate you. We'll be watching 3 to 6 today. I'm sure you'll have Spencer Danielson's comments as well. He's talking today here in about an hour or so. Thanks, Johnny. Appreciate you, man.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate everybody at BNN.
Hey, Snake River Pool and Spa Patio and Game locations in Twin Falls, Boise, Meridian, Nampa. Check them out online, thespateam.com. You want to get a pool table, maybe a dartboard for the game room, a spa, sauna, they got you covered. Snake River Pool and Spa Patio and Game. We're loving our hot spring spa from Snake River Pool and Spa, and you can as well at thespateam.com. Hey, Ridley's Family Markets, shopridleys.com. 13 locations around the state of Idaho, surrounding states. Love that Middleton location, Cuna, Star. They have the Treasure Valley, Magic Valley. The McCall location is great. Download that Skip app. Get savings up to 40% off of the checkout line at shopridleys.com. Matt Boucher just saw he upped his Lyle Smith commitment. Of course he did. Matt Boucher, appreciate him for his support of Bronco Nation News over the years. Been with us since day one. #1 ranked realtor in the Treasure Valley yet again. And for good reason. We bought and sold our home last summer using Matt and his team. Tremendous customer service every step of the way. We got our dream home, and we couldn't be happier thanks to Matt and his team, and it was just a tremendous process. So I know everybody has friends that are realtors, but I highly recommend checking out Matt Bauscher and Bauscher Real Estate. Hey, you looking for a new job, fresh start, career change? How about transportation compliance service? How about the trucking industry? It's booming right now, very lucrative. Transcompservice.com can help get you started, all the paperwork and things you need. It's a local company helping out folks all over the world. Check them out. Transportation compliance service at transcompservice.com. Hey, speakpipe.com/BNN is where you can leave us a voicemail. Leave us a voicemail on the pregame show, postgame show, whatever you got for Saturday. Let us know. Speakpipe.com/BNN. And it's brought to you by our friends at Signature Roofing. Whether it's a re-roof, a repair, an estimate, or an inspection, you can do it online at mysignatureroofing.com. And want to remind folks about a couple things. First of all, we are going to be at Uncle Bob's Pizza on Saturday. This says the Air Force game, but it's not, but everything else is the same. We will see you Saturday. I know they're having the watch party on the Blue, but if you want, cheaper beers and a little more atmosphere and you want to be able to hear the audio a little better, we'd love to have you at Uncle Bob's. Great pizza, great deals, $3 Coors Lights at Uncle Bob's during the game. They'll have all the other games on as well. So if you're wanting to, go to the watch party at the Blue, you're just going to be watching one game. If you want to see some of those other games, Alabama, Vanderbilt might be the same time, I believe. You can come on and join us at Uncle Bob's. We'll have Nathan, Chris, the whole crew. Some former players are going to join us. Great food and drink specials. Watch the game with friends. We'll have some giveaways for some gift cards. They're going to do a little raffle, I think, at halftime for some Uncle Bob's gift cards. We're going to have a BNN hat we're giving away as well. So we've had great attendance last couple of games. So get there early. Come hang out at Uncle Bob's Pizza in Meridian. Love Uncle Bob's. And if you're looking for a spot to watch Thursday night football, tonight, half price, all alcohol. That's right, half price, all alcohol. That's like $2.50 for their beers. And they got a great selection there. Great pizza. It's a Raines family tradition after flag football. So I'm sad I'm heading out to Indiana today and going to miss that. But I highly encourage tonight at Uncle Bob's for Thursday night football. And then Saturday, join the BNN crew. We're going to be doing the pregame show and the postgame show live from Uncle Bob's. So you can get in the background, come ask a question if you want, hang out. Looking forward to that on Saturday. And right now, Mike Prater just posted his column on Maddox Madsen. Great stuff. We're offering it this week only $5 a month. Help us out, folks. The higher ups at 247, they don't do this very often, and they won't do it if we can't get them a few subscriptions. So 50% off. That comes down to $5 a month. If you've been on the fence for a while about what we're doing, we've churned out 20 stories in the last 3 days. That's right. Since Monday morning, we've churned out 20 headlines at BroncoNationNews.com. We've got multiple stories on recruits committing and talking to them. We had a Sweden product that visited Boise State over the weekend from Sweden. Chris talked to him. We'll be posting that story here this afternoon. He has Boise State in his final 2 schools. We'll give you those details. But if you want the best recruiting coverage, frankly, the only recruiting coverage for the most part around town, and if you want, Prater's columns, Nathan's analysis, his gambling preview, all of our live shows, everything, we would love for you to join BNN and subscribe. Again, $5 a month right now with our 50% off annual sales. So jump on now, subscribe while you can, take advantage of it, because after the Notre Dame game, the discount goes away and it's full price. So if you're ever thinking about it, now's the time. Jump on board, 50% off. Do it today. Don't wait. Read Mike Prater's column on Maddox Madsen and the opportunity that awaits him on Saturday. And they can do that at BroncoNationNews.com. Tonight, half off beers. Yes, Tater Tom. Half off. Just when you go up there and do your when you pay and you get your beer, tell Burke. That's the general manager there that you heard about it on BNN as well. And they might even throw in something else extra. So make sure you let them know. But yes, half price beers. I mean, and that's like they have these huge sluggers that are like 32 ounces and they're like $5 on these nights. So, you read that correctly. Watch some football tonight and you get half off beers at Uncle Bob's, and let them know you heard about it on BNN. That goes a long way as well. So we're going to go talk to Spencer Danielson. We'll get that posted to the YouTube channel this afternoon, and then we're heading off to Indiana. We'll do tomorrow's show from Indianapolis and then head over to South Bend and looking forward to Saturday's game. And then Sunday, we'll be covering the Raider game, talking to Ashton Genty. The Colts have approved our credential request, so we appreciate that. And we'll be interviewing Ashton Genty, talking to him after the game on Sunday as the Raiders play the Colts, and then heading back to Boise on Sunday night. So going to be a fun couple of days. Looking forward to it. And looking forward to getting on the road this afternoon and getting that started. So good luck to both my boys in their fantasy football games. Or fantasy football. We are playing fantasy. Flag football. The next 2 nights, the Rains family has some flag football games going on. So good luck to them in that. And always tough leaving the kids. But my wife, Karen, does an amazing job. And grateful for her and her support for allowing me to make these trips and do that stuff, and looking forward to getting on the road, but always missing my family at the same time. So appreciate you guys. Hope you have a great weekend. I guess we have a show tomorrow to do. Hope you have a great day here on a Thursday. We'll talk to you from Indianapolis tomorrow morning as we get you set for this game. Mike Prater will join me tomorrow. But again, if you can subscribe, we'd love to have it 50% off, $5 a month. Today's the day, because as I said, 20 stories, more coming this afternoon, more recruiting coverage. Mike Prater's column is great. It's behind the paywall. So hopefully you guys will, can subscribe and help us out. And yes, it did get approved, Sky. I said it at the beginning of the show, but they initially denied me. I sent him a nice email in detail, a little more about what we are and what we're doing and why we'd like to talk to Ashton, and got a reply back that the credential request had been changed to approved. So Bronco Nation News will be in the building that Peyton Manning built there in Indianapolis, and hopefully getting a chance after the game to talk to Ashton Genty. So looking forward to that. So have a great day. Go subscribe. Spencer Danielson talks in an hour. Tyler Stockton, a graduate of Notre Dame, he also talks in an hour, the safeties coach. We're going to get both those interviews up on Bronco Nation News. We got a story on Quentin Brown on the site. We got a story on Bowen Phelps on the site. All kinds of stuff. Interviews with Zion Washington, some of the coaches. Ball Talk was a great show last night. That's free of charge this week. You can watch that at BroncoNationNews.com as well. So thanks, guys. Appreciate you. Love you. And we'll talk to you from Indianapolis, Indiana tomorrow night. And we'll see you in the message boards. We'll talk to you there first. We'll be Chris, Nathan, myself. We're hanging out in the message boards all day, answering questions, comments. So if you're looking to keep the discussion going from the YouTube chat here, jump on over to the BroncoNationNews.com message boards. There is a free board, free football and free basketball board. So if you are unable to afford the subscription, you can still get a free membership and sign up with and chat with fans in the message boards there. And we highly encourage you to do that. So appreciate it, guys. We'll talk to you later. Bronco Nation News, BroncoNationNews.com.
And final blade of grass. Done. And done. Who knew it'd take 2,007 man-hours to paint 47,962,053 blades of grass? Smells like game day. Whoa, it's not dry yet.